Wisconsin and Michigan's best country, Cat Country 95.1. Kid in the Morning, now joined by RaeLynn. RaeLynn going to be performing at Porterfield on Friday night at 7 at the 33rd Annual Porterfield Country Music Festival. And RaeLynn, welcome to the program here. Great to have you along for the ride here. And I tell you, looking forward to your show coming up on Friday night. And boy, last week we saw you on the CMT Music Awards, and I got to say, you looked great and you sounded great as well. That must have been a thrill on that show.
Yes, it was so much fun. You know, I've been going to the awards for a couple of years as just a fan, and so to be able to go and to be nominated and to perform was just such a blessing.
Yeah, you were up for two Buckle Awards over at the CMT Music Awards. Now, I got to say, you got to sing a little bit of your big hit, God Made Girls. Were you a little bummed, though? You only got to sing a portion of it, at least for the portion that was on TV. But I guess some exposure is better than none, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't bummed. I was just thankful that they included me in the show. I love the fact that the CMTs always find ways to bring new artists out and to perform, and I think that's a special moment. So I loved it.
Yeah, exactly. And well, that song, God Made Girls, what a special song. Your first hit, top 20 song, gold single, and of course the video obviously did so well because you had 2 nominations. And that song really has turned into a bit of an anthem, hasn't it?
It has. I love every night seeing a bunch of girls scream the lyrics to God Made Girls. It's still the craziest feeling ever, and it's something that I'll never really get used to. It's such a blessing to have awesome fans out there that really care. It's the coolest thing ever.
And RaeLynn, speaking of your fans, in this day and age, there's many ways to reach those fans, and social media is so important. And I know you're very big in that area, including, of course, on Twitter. Just how many followers do you have right now?
I think I have about 130,000 on Twitter and about 165,000 on Instagram, and I mean it's been growing for sure. My Instagram's growing really a lot. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's for sure. and getting a lot of exposure in that regard. And, your career actually, of course, got going, speaking of exposure, being on the hit NBC show The Voice. And boy, what a great start to a career and a launching pad. And I got to ask you, how was it? I mean, obviously when you're up there on stage and you got the judges or the coaches and their chairs are turned in the opposite direction, that's got to be nerve-wracking when you start singing and just hoping that at least one of them turns their chair around. How was it for you?
I mean, it was nerve-wracking, but when they turned their chair around, I was just so excited because I knew that I'd made the show. I mean, the thing about those shows is when you win or when you're on a show like that, it doesn't guarantee you that you're a superstar. There's so much work that goes into it after that, and it's going in knowing that, and I went in knowing that. They told me that doesn't matter where you end, you're going to have to get right back in a van and start working and go on radio tour and all this stuff. And so I knew going in what I was getting myself into.
Yeah, and you're obviously taking advantage of it and making some great friends along the way, the likes of Blake Shelton. Plus, you had a chance to tour with of course, Miranda Lambert and now Rascal Flatts. Boy, that's got to be a dream come true, I would imagine, being on tours like that.
It is. I mean, it never gets old to go and perform for awesome crowds, and we just started this Riot tour with Rascal Flatts, and those guys are so amazing, and we're just having a blast.
All right, yeah, and we're glad that you're taking part of a little time off from that tour to join us at Porterfield Country. And now let's talk about the follow-up to God Made Girls. I understand you got a new song coming out. Tell us all about that one.
Yeah, my new song is called For a Boy, and I mean, I'm just super excited about it. I think it's my perfect second single. I wrote it about the sneak attack date that I went on. One of my really good friends that we had tried to date before, but it just didn't work out. And anyways, he took me to dinner, and I didn't know that it was a dinner date until I got there, and he paid for my food and started talking about relationship stuff. And I was on my way home from this dinner date, and I was calling my mom, and I was talking to her, and I was like, well, for a boy, he was really good at saying sorry, and for a boy, like, I really believe what he said, and before I knew it, I was writing my second single.
Is this song, is it going to have a happy ending the way it looks, or is it still, the jury's still out?
I mean, we're just going to, the guy I wrote it about, we're just going to stay friends.
Okay. I don't want to pry or anything, just wondering. All right. Yeah. All right. RaeLynn again on the show here this morning. And as far as your tour, have you been up to our neck of the woods, say northeastern Wisconsin, the Upper Peninsula in this area of the country yet or not?
I'm not sure if we have yet.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, you're going to love it up here, and we're looking forward to having you on Friday night perform on the big stage at Porterfield. So, hey, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck in your career. And now I know we talked about the single. How about as far as upcoming an album and things of that nature? What you got going in that regards?
Yeah, well, my album comes out probably end of this year, maybe early next year. We're still finishing it up and picking out songs and stuff. So I'm just taking my time because I want it to be absolutely perfect.
All right. And, RaeLynn, you've been such a hit on with videos. Do you see yourself somewhere down the road branching out, maybe even doing some acting along the way?
Oh, for sure. That'd be so much fun.
All right. Never can tell what's going to happen down the road. Well, RaeLynn, hey, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on Friday night, and safe travels to you. And, again, thanks for joining us on the show.